Hey there everybody, this is Mike, this is Lav Media, and like the title said, today we're going to be talking about my most recent experience on the Carnival Mardi Gras ship. My wife and I took a week-long cruise about 2 weeks ago, and I saw a lot of videos on YouTube that kind of do a walkthrough and that point out things that you can do on the cruise, but nobody really does a hot wash after they've gotten off the cruise and talk about their experience from boarding to their time on the ship to the ports and then once they get back. So I want to take about 5 minutes and just talk about my experience. I have here a list of all the restaurants that are on the boat, some of which we did use or we did go to and we ate food there. Others we didn't, we just kind of bypassed. So again, 5 minutes, going to talk to you about Carnival Mardi Gras. So let's get into it. All right, so let's go over the list first, and then we'll do a more broader boarding, time on the boat, and then disembarking at the end. So first, main dining rooms. We were on the scheduled dining, so we went to the main dining room, and it's called the Palm. Loved the food. Wait service was great. The one thing that I would say was a detractor is that in this main dining room where they expect you to get a little bit dressed up, no tablecloths. And so that kind of diminished the appearance and the overall feel of the dining room. I've been on other cruise ships where, when you go in that main dining room, you do get that tablecloth kind of feel where it seems a little bit nicer than going into some of the other restaurants. And so in my opinion, it would have elevated the experience by having a tablecloth, and just the appearance of the dining room was kind of average. I did go into the Flamingo, which is where you go for the freestyle dining event. My wife and I did. They had Dr. Seuss, and so my wife is a big Dr. Seuss fan, so we went there, had a character breakfast. They did have tablecloths for that event, and so it kind of begs the question, why don't they use tablecloths in the main dining room for dinner? Chibang, which is a fusion of Chinese and Mexican food, went there. This particular restaurant, if you go there the first time, it's free. It's part of your meal plan. And then if you go back, it's $8. I didn't really enjoy that restaurant because the items that they offered I wasn't very familiar with. And so it was my parents and myself and my wife, and we all ordered something different, and none of it came out the way we anticipated. And so it was kind of just a lackluster experience for us. So you might enjoy that restaurant more if you're really into Mexican food or Chinese food, but I just don't have probably the history with those two types of food, so I didn't really know what to order, and so it really wasn't all that great for us. But yeah, you can go there, and the first time it is free. Now, we didn't do the reservations. If you want to do nighttime dining, you do need reservations because it will get pretty packed. We went for lunch, and it's just a first come, first serve kind of setup. Plenty of seating available. It was a port day, and so hey, we really enjoyed the experience, but the food for us left us a little disappointed because we just didn't know what we were really doing. Let's see, Cucina del Capitano, that's the Italian restaurant. Didn't go there. Guy's Pig and Anchor. Now this place, I love this restaurant. It's attached to the Heroes Tribute. As a veteran, I really appreciate that part of the boat. They do a lot of cool stuff there. They also do a breakfast in the morning. It's a buffet. And so they have, during lunch, you can do a buffet, which is their it's an outdoor buffet, and you get the typical barbecue, potato salad, coleslaw, that kind of thing. But then at night, they do the same thing in a sit-down kind of environment, but then they also have extra items that you can pay for if you like. Really good bar. And so outside, they have a pool, a couple hot tubs, some lounge chairs. So this was a really cool spot on the back of the boat. Really loved Guy's Pig and Anchor. So highly recommend, make sure you go there. Big Chicken, that's Shaq's. Oh wow, we're already up to 5 minutes. I gotta hurry. So the big chicken, that's Shaquille O'Neal's restaurant. I did like that. The sauce that he uses, a little hotter than I would like, but the food was good. So if you just want some chicken and fries, that's great. They also do breakfast there, so make sure to look out for that. It's just it's on the opposite end of the marketplace, which is the buffet dining in the middle part of the ship. So it's on the opposite end from the pool. So go there. Guy's Burger Joint, that was a win. My parents, my wife, we all loved it. We went there multiple times. So if you get a chance, if you're on the, really, I think any of the Carnival ships has one of Guy's Burger Joint restaurants. Highly recommend, 10 out of 10. Definitely go there to get a smash burger. The Blue Iguana Cantina, I didn't go there. My wife wanted to get a breakfast burrito there. Never made it there, but my parents did get one. They liked it a lot, so I would recommend that. The Lido Marketplace, that's your buffet. It's a main buffet for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So if you have anytime dining or you don't want to fight the crowds at the main dining room, this is a great place to go. I say great. It's available. They have a pretty diverse menu, but what I found is breakfast, blah. I mean, it's just average. You do have the chef in there making omelets. Lunch was pretty decent. They do have gelato, and again, they do have a chef behind the grill. But I just found that the items that they put out on the islands, in the warming islands, was just pretty blah, and it's the same thing at every one of them. So not too much diversity, but if you're in a pinch and you just want something quick and easy, then the Lido Marketplace is an acceptable place to go. Plenty of seating. It's very big. And so it takes up both sides of the boat. It's right in the middle, plenty of window space. So in that respect, it was really nice. Pizzeria. We went to the pizzeria a couple times, and you get a small size pizza on flatbread, and it is phenomenal. They're open crazy hours. I think they're open until almost midnight, maybe 1 o'clock. So that place was great. And right next to it is the Panini restaurant. Those sandwiches are off the hook. Love those. So right there on deck 8, those things were great. So that does it for the restaurants. Now let's talk, the one other place. It's not listed here. I think it's called Rudy's, or I think it's Rudy's Sea Grill. And the Sea Grill was awesome. Best experience while I was on the boat. Really enjoyed that. We all went. It's a fixed price point, so you pay for it before you get on the boat. You have to get a reservation. It was $52 each. Loved it. If you're looking for seafood, especially on a cruise, that's the way to go. Loved Rudy's Sea Grill. All right, so let's talk about the experience overall. Just a couple of minutes. I know we've kind of blown that 5-minute mark out of the water, but getting on the boat, having been on other cruises before, to me it was like a cattle call. You're just all getting run through a queue, and I could go into more detail as to how the operation worked, but just as an overarching theme, it's like herding cattle, and it was very stressful. It seemed disorganized, and it wasn't very enjoyable. So in that respect, trying to get 6,000 guests through the security, through a queue, and then onto the boat, man, that was a mess. And so once you get on, there are people pointing you in different directions. But again, it's chaos because you're getting on the boat. You've got to do your muster. You're trying to find a place to eat. You're trying to find your room. You're trying to get your carry-on stowed. And so all that was it was chaos. So I didn't enjoy that part. Being on the boat wasn't so bad. I will say this, it's a big ship. And so walking around, I got a lot of steps in. Elevators, most of the time, were very hard to get on because of the sheer volume of people. And if there's one sticky point, it's the side. It's called the. I'm missing the name of it. But on the main deck, where you do most of your shopping, and you've got it's on deck 6, 7, and 8. There's a side stage, and it's Grand Central. That's what it is. And it's a stage, and it's on the side of the ship, and you can viewing angles from the 6th deck, 7th deck, and 8th deck, but you're looking sideways. So no one deck can view the entire stage and the floor because their show spills out from the stage to the floor. And so when you're on deck 7, you're looking straight at it, but you can't see the wings. When you're on deck 8, you're looking down, you can't see the floor. When you're on 6, you can see the floor, but you can't see the entire stage and the wings. So no really good viewing angle, and it's always crowded, hard to get a seat. Why they didn't put more of those shows into the main theater, I don't know. I think it would have helped the experience tremendously. But we saw a lot of shows there, and every time we walked away and say, well, I wish I could have seen the whole thing, but we could only see parts of it. And then the stage doesn't have a backstage. So all the actors, singers, dancers have to go off the side, and you can see them standing there waiting for their time to get back on stage. And they have to do a lot of their costume changes right in front of you because there's nowhere to go. So that show experience for me was very disappointing. Would have preferred to see much more of it over in the main theater. Now the comedy shows were great. They had a couple places for that. The Limelighter, they had the Punchliner, and then the main theater for a lot of the comedy shows. So that was great. Love that. But my time on the ship was great. They had plenty of chairs for you to use. So we never had to go without a deck chair. Trying to be around the pool was a little more challenging, but they had plenty of chairs. They had plenty of the ottoman-looking things there. Not ottoman, they're couches that are sun chairs. That was phenomenal. They had plenty of those everywhere, so that was great. Front of the boat, back of the boat, anywhere you wanted to sit, there was plenty of space available, so that was awesome. The locations were average. I mean, the ports are ports, and you've seen one, you've pretty much seen them all. So getting off the ship was some more chaos because you're just running for your life basically, and you're just following hordes of people trying to get off the ship. And so that was chaos. Didn't know if you needed certain documents in your hand, you didn't. And then you go into a room and you have to find your luggage. They set it up to match what's on your disembarking number or letter. And so you have to go and find it. Then you have to drag that all the way through the queue to get out. That was kind of frustrating. And then when you get out, you got to try and find transportation. So make sure you have all that lined up beforehand. You know exactly where you're going. So, hey, look, we're up to 12 minutes already. I did enjoy my time on the Carnival Mardi Gras, but it just seemed like they wanted to shove as many people on a boat as they could, and you really felt it. And so even though it's a bigger ship, you still felt very cramped. And so trying to get around on the elevators, trying to see shows was real challenging. So just make sure you bear that in mind. The food was not spectacular, so also keep that in mind. But some of the other alternative dining options are better. So hey, if you have any questions about the trip, just hit me up down in the comments below. And if you like talking about, traveling and content creation, cameras, hey, this is the channel for you. Become a subscriber and make sure to hit that notification bell. And hey, if you got any value out of this, hey, give me a thumbs up and let me know you liked it. But like I said, this is Mike. This is Low Def Media. Today we talked about cruise ships, and in the future we'll talk about travel and cameras. So, hey, we'll see you guys in the next one.